Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Have you thought that maybe this special military operation war in Ukraine is just a weapons testing ground for the military industrial complex of various states? I'm pretty sure that's part of it. For these guys, there is a great opportunity to see how, I don't know, Superman fights Spider-Man. Who's gonna win? Or maybe Hulk, if Hulk is stronger than the Wonder Woman. Garbage. Or I don't know, Charlie Chaplin or Bruce Lee beats Piedone or something. You know that. So here we have the Americans supposedly will allow other countries to deliver to the Ukrainians the F-16s, the formidable F-16s designed in 1976, I think, or 74, and first flight in 76. So that's an old, even Elvis was alive at that time. So Elvis died in 77. Okay, so I think Led Zeppelin was still singing, until 81 or something. So those are old. Anyway, with all the upgrades and all that. And they supposedly are training Ukrainian pilots to fly these F-16s. I personally think that they will not be flying those planes. I think it's going to be NATO pilots flying those planes, but it's a different story. Supposedly these F-16s will be over the, how should I put it, over Ukraine and win the war for NATO, because they're so good. I think 10%, I give them 10% that the F-16s will be delivered, will be flying over Ukrainian sky or in the Ukrainian sky. 10%. I think the war could be ending by then. That's why they pulled it. Oh no, we're gonna deliver. Why didn't they deliver it in the first 6 months of the war? What did they expect? They reached this point now after 2 years. They thought they're gonna win without that. Anyway, I think they did. So what do we have? So these guys are going to have the F-16s. And it that's a fact. The Russians had a weapon ready for that, waiting. Bring the F-16s in a room, right? And that is the S-400 air defense systems, long range. Now you can say, what the hell? Well, what the hell? An airplane built in then with these guys, F-400, S-400s were built, 10 years, 7 years, something like this. It's something that I personally haven't heard too many stories about the S-400s being used in Ukraine. I don't even know how many the Russians have active fighting in Ukraine. But let's read this article coming from Sputnik. And it is from today, the 7th of December 2023, Pearl Harbor Day. Can Ukraine's anticipated F-16s withstand S-400's firepower? Question mark. This article will have some experts who are going to use the same data I used to say that the F-16s are not as good. Okay? Even though they try to prompt them and put them in to sell them, they will be out next year. I think the Americans are not going to fly it anymore. But nevertheless, and they're going to use the same data, 1970 something, they're like this, they're like that. So I'm very curious how S-400s, according to the Russian experts, will match the F-16s. How are they going to blow them up? Let's see. The forthcoming F-16 fighters that Ukraine is set to get from the West will be targeted and destroyed by the formidable 40 and 6 long-range missiles of the advanced S-400 air defense systems deployed in the Special Military Operations Zone. According to the agency's source, the 40 and 6 missile is already being actively used in the Special Military Operations Zone. Combined with the A-50U long-range radar reconnaissance aircraft, these missiles can engage targets over the horizon, including those maneuvering at high speed and low altitude. This is what they say. All right, that's a difference to direct experience. Many that are very good, but when you put them to fight, they get knocked out in the first 12 seconds. It was noted that the S-400 would be able to intercept the aforementioned Western fighter jets as soon as they take off and gain altitude when deployed, making the 40N6 missile one of the main tools to counter the F-16s. Meanwhile, Sputnik turned to experts to find out the unique features of these missiles and what other means can be used to shoot down the expected F-16s. There's an F-16 right there. Single engine airplane, very maneuverable though. So, we're talking about a retired Russian army colonel and respected military analyst suggests that focusing solely on the 40N6 missile is merely a marketing gimmick to promote the outdated F-16. And I'm quoting, "It's a huge exaggeration, trying to do some promotion for the F-16, which is quite old." So that he says, you don't even need the S-400s for F-16s. So this guy, the colonel, suggests that F-16 is vulnerable to a wide range of air defense systems, including portable ones like the Igla and Strela. According to the colonel, he is Russian, remember? As well as more advanced systems like the Tor M3 and the Buk M3 SAM and the S-300, S-350 and the S-400. These systems are equipped with the 40N6 missile designed specifically to targeting the F-16. He also mentioned the Russian fighters like the Sukhoi 30 and Sukhoi 35 are capable of effectively shooting down F-16s with their own missiles. So beautiful, look at this. This is beautiful. All right, good. Panzer. And I'm quoting, "On the other hand, this is an attempt to sort of belittle Russian air defense systems by solely focusing on a single missile. It is purely nonsensical to imply that only this particular missile is capable of countering the F-16. In reality, we possess a range of advanced systems that can effectively handle this aircraft. I have already presented a comprehensive list of such systems that can easily neutralize F-16s," he said. Well, it's money. Money. All right, so let's see what this guy is saying next. "The F-16 is a single-engine aircraft, relatively old even in its modernized versions, and does not represent the invincible force that the West wants to make it out to be in order to sell it to Ukraine at a higher price," the experts stressed. The expert explained that this missile has the ability to aim itself so accurately that its fragments hit the target's warhead in case the intercepted missile is carrying a nuclear payload. And I'm quoting, "If it hits the target's head and shatters it, there will be no nuclear explosion. So this is a crucial function." According to the expert, I'm quoting, "S-400 can launch short-range missiles, which are cheaper if the target is relatively less expensive. Therefore, the complex has the capability to launch different missiles from a single launcher." Let's see what else these guys are telling us. "The missile is long-range. It shoots down all air targets. As for the F-16, it is a typical target for any aircraft missile system. It's not invisible, as this guy, or whatever. From the oldest S-75 to the most modern." This guy is right. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to detect it and do what? He's going to maneuver. He's going to send all kind of other, confusing targets around so the missile goes, or maybe scramble the whatever is coming towards. There are many methods, but it's a intelligence battle over there. The information about, not, is the word, the wrong word I used. Technology, basically, but hey, Emil, Captain Obvious. So it says here, let's see the parameters of this one. The 40N6 is an ultra-long-range surface-to-air guided missile designed to engage airborne early warning and electronic warfare aircraft, airborne command posts, strategic bombers, hypersonic cruise, and ballistic missiles. previously deployed S-400 missiles, blah, 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 had a range of up to 250 kilometers. By comparison, the longest range US system, the Patriot PAC-3, can engage targets up to 80 to 100 kilometers away. According to the official data, the new missile has a range as far as 380 kilometers for aerodynamic targets and 15 kilometers for ballistic targets, with altitudes ranging from 10 meters, that's very low, wow, to 40, I'm talking low altitude, to 40 kilometers. The missile's average flight speed is 1,190 meters per second, so supersonic, 1 Mach. And its advanced self-guidance systems allows it to engage aircraft beyond the range of ground-based radars. Let's see, the Russian Armed Forces adopted the 40 N6 missiles for the S-400 Triumph air defense systems as early as 2018. So, 5 years old, about. So the Russians say it's not necessarily the S-400. It can be S-300, it can be even the S-35, he said. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to see it. Maybe that's why these guys don't want to send it over there, and they postpone it. And in the meantime, it's going to be, the war is going to be over, and the guy's going to say, time out, don't send anything, don't send it over there to the Ukrainians. I think this is the plan. But that's just me. As I said, I think we're going to see these airplanes flying, fighter jets flying over the Ukrainian sky 10%. 1 in 10 odds. That's what I would give them. There will be. I think there's postponing. And when the war ends, then you're going to hear the Germans, oh, we were about to deliver the Taurus missiles to you. Oh, we were about to deliver this to you, everything then, submarines to you and everything else. You'll see, but it's too late now. Like I had a guy who was playing, not always, but playing this. Man, why didn't you tell me, man? I would have helped you. Always when the thing was already solved. Not before, after. I could have helped you, didn't tell me, man. Until one day when I said, well, you know what? I'm going to stop that. I want you to help me. Oh, now go with the other option. You know, you have to test the weasels. So here it is, my friends. F-16s don't need the S-400, and they will not be flying. 1 in 10, that's the odds. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.